about this platform. I hope you know about this platform, Sublime Text. Do you have
Yes, sir.
do you have it installed on your
Ye-
device?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's create a new file first. So for that, we can just use this new file option, and then we have to save it with a unique name inside the folder in which all the Python libraries and scripts are present. So here
Yes, sir.
I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm naming it as mobile app. Okay, and I'm saving it with mobile demo.py. So this is my file's name. Fine. Okay. So, we are going to make use of KivyMD for this mobile app development thing. Now, the process is, the first step you need to do is you need to install KivyMD on your device. And how to do it? You can simply fire this command pip install KivyMD. Are you on your laptop right now, dear?
Yes.
Okay, so you can open your command prompt, you can open your terminal, and you can simply fire this command. So it says requirement already satisfied. Why? Because I already have this library on my device. So that is the reason I am getting this message in my command prompt. But if you are
Yes, sir.
installing for the first time, definitely you will not get this message. You will see the command prompt, getting the libraries from the internet, and then it will install all the dependencies required for the mobile application development on your respective device. So
Yes, sir.
let me know once you're through with installing KivyMD. Is it getting installed, Anand?
Yes. Already.
Okay, it is already there on your device. Fine. That is what I was.
Yes, sir.
So let's begin with the course. So we need to first import the KivyMD app module, right? There is a
Yes.
thing called MD app, okay, which is present in KivyMD.app. So we need to import that first. And how to do it? We can simply write here KivyMD.app and then import MD, right? And then app. So please make sure that the A of this app should be in small, and the A of this app should be capital, right?
Yes, sir.
Once you are done with importing it, the next thing you have to do is you have to create a class, right? And you will give
Yes.
whatever name you want to give to your mobile application. That's what you can give this class to. That's the name you can define for this class also. So for now I am giving it demo app, and here it is going to be a parameterized class, right? So the thing which we have imported here from KivyMD app, we need to pass it as a parameter to this class, right? And then we need to define the build function. Okay, they need to be a colon here. So build is a default function. You need not to mention anything to tell the interpreter to execute this function. It will, because we are using KivyMD, so build comes inside build is a default function present inside this library. Okay, so the interpreter will execute it automatically itself. And here it will be a self function. So self needs to be put inside it. And then we can say return. So we are not going to return anything for now, right? I'm just showing you how can we, develop a basic screen. So demo app, and then we need to run it. So that's the command for running the class we have defined here. Now, once you're done with this, you can save the changes. And now if I will run it, let's see what I will get as the final output. Okay, so I'm getting a screen. Are you able to see this screen over here, dear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just share this code with you also. I'm putting it in the chat box of this meeting. So just copy the code, paste it in your Sublime text, run the code, and let me know if you are getting the output which I just showed you or not. I have shared the code in your in the chat box of this meeting.
Yes, sir.
So, Anand, this is the basic structure of KivyMD mobile application development. Okay. So whenever you're developing any mobile app through KivyMD, you need to define these 5 lines first. And after that, whatever you want to add to your mobile application, that's what you can define the code for in this Sublime text file, or whatever Python file you have defined the code in.
सर बिल्डर मेथड क्या होता है सर?
I will tell you about it later on, dear. We'll go step by step, right? I don't want to jump directly on the advanced concepts. Fine.
Yes.
But if you have asked it, let me just tell you what actually builder method is. The way we use CSS for enhancing the view of HTML web pages. In the same way, we use builder method for enhancing the look and feel of our mobile application developed on KivyMD.
Yes.
Either you can see there are 2 ways to develop mobile application through KivyMD. Either you can use pure coding method, or else you can, bifurcate the code into different parts. आप code को 2 या 2 से ज़्यादा parts में तोड़कर और फिर builder method से उन्हें call करा सकते हो.
Yes.
ठीक है, वो भी हम लोग कवर करेंगे, so don't worry about that. मुझे ना सबसे पहले आपको बेसिक से इंट्रोड्यूस करने दो, क्योंकि अगर ये क्लियर नहीं हुए तो बिल्डर मेथड समझ में नहीं आएगा फिर. ठीक है, नाउ टेल मी वेदर यू आर गेटिंग द आउटपुट or not.
Yes, sir.
Getting the output, no?
Yes, sir.
Now suppose, let's say you want to define a label kind of thing on this mobile application screen that you are getting through this code. How you will do it? So we have something called UI widgets. Okay, we have something called widgets with the help of which we can do it. Now, where are these widgets present? So KivyMD.uix. This is the class in which you can find all the types of widgets. So widgets are like labels, buttons, right? These are known as widgets. So because we want a label, so that is the reason I have used a label here after UIX. Then we need to import label from this class over here. Okay. Now, how can we put it on our mobile screen? So for that, we can come inside this build method, and here we can write label is equals to lel of this label should be in capital, because here we follow the same concept. Like the way A of app is in capital, in the same way L of label should be in capital. Then here we can write label, label, and after that, why it's not coming, label. Okay, yeah. So suppose you want to put your own name on your on your mobile application screen. For example, if I want to put my name, I can simply pass it like this to the text parameter of label. So every function has some predefined parameters. If you want to if you want to know about all the parameters, okay, that you can use with label, so you can easily find it over internet. That will not be a problem. Yes. Lekin how to use label, that is what I'm going to tell you in this lecture. ठीक है, जब हम एडवांस्ड मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन बनाएंगे उस वक्त मैं बताऊंगा एग्जैक्टली लेबल क्यों यूज होते हैं, बटन्स क्यों यूज होते हैं, विजेट्स क्यों यूज होते हैं. ठीक है, अभी फिलहाल सिर्फ थोड़ा सा 5-6 क्लासेस में या 4-5 क्लासेस में हम लोग बेसिक कवर करेंगे कि नेविगेशन पेन कैसे बनता है, बिल्डर क्लास कैसे इंप्लीमेंट होती है. नाउ इफ आई जस्ट रन दिस कोड, ओके, यू नो इट्स नॉट गिविंग मी एनीथिंग ऑन द मोबाइल स्क्रीन. कुछ नहीं दिखाई दे रहा ना आनंद?
No, sir.
You
No,
know
sir.
why it's not giving us anything? It is just because we are not returning anything. You know, this function over here, it's not returning
Okay.
anything, so it needs to return this label ना. अगर मुझे कुछ दे,
Yes.
अब लेबल को देखना है तो लेबल रिटर्न करवाना पड़ेगा. तो ये रिटर्न का कॉन्सेप्ट है. अभी भी मुझे कुछ नहीं दिखाई दे रहा. क्यों नहीं दिखाई दे रहा? क्योंकि ये जो लेबल है ये हम लोग लगाते हैं कीवी के साथ. बहुत लोग क्या करते हैं, कीवी और कीवी एमडी में कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं, है ना. दैट इज वाई,
इसमें MD लेवल है.
है ना. तो इस वजह से हम लोगों का ये जो लेबल है ये काम नहीं कर रहा. लेकिन इफ आई जस्ट ऐड,
MD लेवल. MD लेवल.
so it will start working and it will definitely give me the output this time. See, I'm able to see my name in the you know, on the left side of the screen.
Yes, sir.
If I want to bring it in the, let's say, in the center, so how can we do it? So there is, as I've told you, there are number of parameters. So the parameter which we can use for bringing the text in the center is h align. Everything needs to be in small like this, h align, and then we can simply pass a value center to it. Let's now check the output. So see, I'm getting my name right in the center. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
let me just share this code with you so that you can also check it at your end. Just copy the code and paste it in your Sublime text here. And let me know if you're getting the output or not.
Yes, sir. I'm getting the output.
Chalo, that's great. Thank you very much for confirming that. Now, if suppose you want to change the color, right? So what you can do, you can make use of theme underscore text underscore color. So that's the property
Color.
you can play with. Now there are 3 types of values you can pass to it: secondary, primary, and there is this error also which you can pass to it. So you know, all these values you can easily find on the internet. The only thing which you have to remember,
Yes, sir.
keep in mind, is the names of these properties. If you have the names, definitely you can do anything whatever you want to. Okay, it's giving us an error. Now what is the error? Let me just check it. What is the error here? I don't think theme, text, color. This is perfectly fine. Why is it giving us this error? So it says super init. Okay. Theme, text, color. This is perfectly fine. Why it's giving us the error? Chalo, let me just check it. MD label text is this. This is fine. Then we have defined the H align. Then we have defined the theme text color. Let me just change it to small t. Maybe that is the reason I'm getting the error. Yeah, now it is fine. Okay, so you know, because I used a capital T in place of small t, that is the reason I was getting the error. So now it is working fine. See, the color of the text has changed to red. Earlier it was in black. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you will define primary in place of error. So you will get, see, again it has turned to black. Then there is another value you can pass to it, secondary. Is control B. So see, it's light black, right? So that is how you can.
Yes, sir.
Now suppose you want to pass, if you want to pass a custom color to your text, how you will do it? So in place of primary, secondary, or error, you can simply use custom.
Custom.
Okay, simply use custom, and after that you can put a separator, and then you can use this property called text color. This text color will only work if you have passed custom to this theme text color. If you have
Yes, sir.
custom or you have passed something else, definitely you will not get the output from this text color. Okay, so just remember this thing. Now, if suppose you want to see, let's pass the RGB values. I hope you know about RGBA.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes.
that's a great idea if you know about it. So 0101, let's make it like this. And if I'll now run the code,
Green.
now it is showing us a green color, right? So
Yes, sir.
the color of it. I'm passing the code to you in the chat box. Just run the code at your end and let me know if you're getting the correct output or not.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा आनंद, इतनी स्पीड ठीक है ना? ऐसा तो नहीं है मैं ज्यादा तेज जा रहा हूँ? क्योंकि
नो सर, ठीक है
मैं दिमाग में सेट करके बैठा हूँ, यू नो द बेसिक्स ऑफ कीवीएमडी, तो इसलिए मैं थोड़ा सा,
सर। ये सर,
है ना, थोड़ा सा
ये
मैं,
सब तो सर पता।
ठीक ठीक है जी. Are you getting the output, Anand?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's great. Now suppose you want to play with the font style. So font style, and then you can simply pass some values to it. Now, you can pass header values like this, H1, H2, H3. So if you have,
Yes, sir.
so see, the font size has increased. Similar, you'll pass H2, right? So the font size has decreased. Okay. Now, if you want to, see a caption, see it as a caption. So you can simply pass caption like this to it. And then when you'll run the code, see, it has become very small, like a caption. So, that's how you can play with the font size. I'm passing the code to you in the chat box. Just try out all the values and let me know if you're getting the correct output or not.
Yes, sir. I'm getting the
Output, sure. Let's now talk about icon. If you want to suppose define an icon on your mobile application screen, so for that the class is MD.
icon.
So here we can come down and now we can simply define, we can first define a variable name, the way we have defined label for label. So that is what we have to do first. We need to define something for the icon and then we can use MD icon over here like this, right? And here we have some properties. There are some defined icons for KivyMD.
Yes.
You want to find them out, you can search it on internet. You will be able to find all types of icon. For now, I'm using Python's icon because we are using Python here. So the Python icon we can get, I think, language. As far as I remember, it is language dash Python. Okay, and let me check whether I'll be able to get the Python's icon through this or not. I'm not getting it. Why? Do you know why we are not getting the output?
Why?
It's because we are returning label. We haven't returned icon label, right?
Yes.
To return icon label, na beta, to get it on the window. So let's see. Okay, are you able to see this small icon over here? Is it visible to you, Anand? Hello, Anand, you're not audible, beta.
Yes.
Are you able to see the icon?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you want to bring it in the center, again, you'll use the same code H align center. So we can put it here, then Control S, and it will come in the center now. See, now it is in the center. Let me just pass
Yes, sir.
also in the chat box. Try it out at your end. Let me know if you're getting the correct output or not.
Yes, sir. I'm getting the output.
Chalo, that's perfectly fine. Okay, now I would like you to just try out, another icon, which is library. So the way I am writing here, this icon's name, in the same way you can write it in your code, it is library video. So, the moment you change the icon's name, you get to see the changes over here too. Why it's not getting reflected here? Have I defined an incorrect name? Maybe the spelling, there is some spelling mistake, or
Yes, sir.
there is something missing in this. Maybe this icon doesn't exist in the library anymore. That is the reason we are not getting the output. But yes, if you want to get some other icon, you can simply change the value of this icon property here and you will get the output. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I would like you to just remove everything we have defined till now. Just save the code somewhere. Okay, just open a notepad file in which you can save all the codes which I'm sharing with you. Use it,
Yes, sir.
use it as your note. ठीक है, notes की तरह use करना फिर.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now just remove everything. ठीक है, इसी कोड के साथ हम दोबारा चलेंगे. I'm passing this code to you in the chat box. ठीक है, कोड को कॉपी करो और एग्जिस्टिंग कोड की जगह उसको पेस्ट कर दो बस. Let me know once you're through with the task.
Yes.
Anand, now if suppose you have to define a screen for your mobile app, right? And on that
Yes, sir.
you have to put a button. So how you will do it? So it's very simple. There is something called
Yes.
KivyMD dot. Again, we will use UIX, and inside it there is
Yes, sir.
a class named screen. So we are going to
Screen.
import screen from here, and then from UIX from Kivy. It is MD, right? It's MD dot UIX dot. Then there is a class named button. So from here we will import button, and then we need to come inside our builder class. Sorry, this build function, and here we can create a object. We can create an object for the screen function. Okay, so inside this screen, okay, S of screen should be in capital, sorry. And here it should not be button. It's because we are using KivyMD, so it should be MD button, but there is nothing like MD button inside button, but we have something called MD flat button. Okay.
Yes.
So this is what we are going to use. There are different types of buttons present in KivyMD. So this is the first one I'm going to show to you. There is rectangular button also that you can make use of.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about
Various types of buttons.
right. There are various types of buttons. For now, we are going to use this flat button. Okay, then once you're done with importing these two classes, you can create an object for your screen, and after that, let's define what we call it, in which we are going to call this MD flat button. Now, whatever text you want to put on the button's head, that's what you can define with the help of text property. So everything of text should be in small, and I would like to define, let's say, click me. I'd like to see click me getting reflected on my button's head, and here everything should be in small. What's happening to my keyboard? Button flat. Okay. And then here, once you're done with defining the button, it's now the next step is to add the button to the screen. Now, how you will do it?
Yes, sir.
Screen is
Add widget. Add widget.
absolutely add widget we can make use of, and then we can call this flat button inside it like this, right? And finally, we need to return what?
Screen.
Absolutely right. We need to return screen because this is where everything is present. So are you able to see this click me button over here?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that is how you can add a button. Now, if you want to suppose play with the properties of the button, so that is also very easy. You suppose you want to see it getting reflected in the center. So now this time H align will not work. Okay, H align
Yes, sir.
will not work. So we have we have a different,
Position,
no, it's
position, pose
position.
hint.
Absolutely right. It is position hint, and then we can
Yes, sir.
define the values of the position we want to see the button at. So suppose you want to see it in the center. So
Yeah.
center underscore,
Yes, sir.
right, and then
X.
0.5 center underscore y. Then let's make it 0.5 again. I think it will definitely bring the center, it in center. Yeah. So now the button is
Yes,
in
sir.
center. Let me just pass the code to you also in the chat box. Just try it out at your end, whether you're getting the correct output or not. And let me know if you have any issues.
Sir, I'm getting the output.
Getting the output, chalo, that's great. Thank you very much for confirming that. It's time for us to try out a different button. So instead of, in place of MD flat button, let's use MD rectangular flat button. I hope this spelling is correct. Yeah. And we can just copy it from here and we can put it here.
Yes.
Control V. Is it spelling mistake here, dear? MD rectangle. Okay, it should be rectangle, not rectangular. Sorry. Rectangle. Again, I'm getting this error. Why is it so? MD rectangle flat button. Okay, there should be no separator. Now I'm getting an error here because I copied an incorrect spelling. Yeah, perfectly fine. So, that's what I basically use for my applications. So we
Yes.
have a nice border, over here, and the text is also looking very good. So you can also try it out at your end. I'm passing the spelling to you in the chat box. Just replace all the MD flat buttons with MD rectangle flat buttons and see whether you're getting the output or not.
Yes, sir, I'm getting the output.
The output, chalo, that's great. Now, the next thing I would like to tell you is about how you can play with the theme color. So self dot theme dot underscore CLS underscore, sorry, dot primary underscore palette. So this is what you can make use of for changing the theme color of your application. Suppose you want to see everything getting reflected in green. Simply pass green to this class, and that's what you will get as the final output. Is it green at present or what? Yeah, it's earlier it was blue, right? Now it has turned into green.
Yes.
Similarly, suppose you want to change it to yellow. So yellow, Control S, Control V. Now we are getting a yellow button, right? But the issue with this is, dear, the color is very light. Now, how you can
Yes.
play with the color? So for that, there is a property called hue. Okay, so self
Yes, sir.
dot theme underscore CLS dot primary
Agree.
hue, right? And here we can
Sir.
pass. So there are some values, there are some specific values you can define, there are some specific defined values you can pass to the.
Yes, sir.
For now, I'm passing 100. Let's see what we will get with 100. So there is a button here, but it is not visible to us at all because the hue ratio is very small. If I'll just change it to
Sir,
700.
A700. A7. Yes, sir.
So see, now it is looking good.
Yes, sir.
There are some things you can, try out yourself. I am passing the code to you in the chat box. Let me know if you're getting the correct output or not. My you getting the output here? Anand, are you there in the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Getting the output, beta? Are you getting the output, Anand?
Yes, sir. I'm getting the output.
Okay, thank you very much for confirming that. Now we are going to start again from this point. Suppose you want to define a text field for on your screen. So for that we have something called MD,
MD text field.
right? So KivyMD UI
Yes.
dot, here we have to change it to text field, text field, and here we can just change it to MD text. And now we can come down here. We have created the object for our screen. Okay, so just below this, we can define something like username, or you can put a variable of your own choice. It's not like I have used username, so you also have to use username. You can give whatever name you want to to this variable, and then MD text field will come. And after that, suppose you want to see a placeholder inside your text field. So something like enter username, let's say. So enter username you can put, and then you can define the position also. So the attribute we use for button, for positioning it on the screen, the same attribute we need to use with text field also. You have to keep these things in mind, because if you will use edge align with these, definitely it will not work. You will not get the output. So center X, and then because I want to see it getting reflected in the center, so center X should be 0.5, and similarly center Y should also be equal to 0.5. Okay, that's good to go. Now it's time for us to, what is the next step?
Adding the username into the screen.
Absolutely right. Yeah, great. So we need to add the widget we have created to the screen, and that's how we can do it. First,
Yes, sir.
now why we are getting this error? Because KivyMD.uix text FIELD, this is perfectly fine. Why we are getting this error, Anand? Can you tell me?
Capital.
Okay, capital F. Yes, yes.
I
Yes.
think. Yes.
It should be in capital. That is the reason why we are getting this error.
Oh.
Getting this error now. Username, screen, add widget. Okay, widgets spelling is not correct. No? That is the most difficult thing with key,
It's
because it is case sensitive. So that is the reason, most of the times we get these things. Okay, enter username. We are getting the output, right? But why are we not getting it in the center? I want to see it in the center here. So position hint, center X, center Y. This is also fine. Why we are not getting it in the center then? Position hint. Let me just do one thing. Let me define the size also, no problem. After that, I'll check size hint underscore X. So I would like to control its size along the X-axis, and I'm passing none for now to it. Besides that, let's define something for its width also. Maybe it is covering, it is taking the entire width of the screen. That is the reason it is.
yes.
So if we'll just put, yeah, now it is in the center. See, now it is looking.
Yes, sir.
Let me just pass this code to you, dear, so that you can also try it out at your end. Just give it a try and let me know if you're getting the correct output.
Yes, sir. Getting the output.
the output na. Chalo. Now let's talk about builder. So what we have done here, dear, for defining a text field, we have we have defined a proper code for getting
Yes, sir.
field on the screen. Now, if suppose you do not
Yes.
want to define this type of code, you want to put it separately in some other file, or you define a separate part for this code. So that's
Yes.
what you can do with the help of builder method. So now here what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the builder method, and builder method is not present in KivyMD. Remember this thing.
Yes, sir.
It's a part of,
Kiwi.
absolutely right. So Kivy dot,
Kiwi.
right, and from here we can import the builder method like this, and now kiwi.lang import builder. So we have imported builder. Next thing that we have to do is we need to come down over here, and let's just comment out all these lines of code. So I do not want to use this, I do not want to use this also, or else let's not comment this one out. So I have commented out only one line. I am commenting out this line also. Okay. Now over here, we can simply write username is equals to, we are going to make use of now builder method. Builder dot, there is something called load string, right? You must be knowing about it. So here
Yes, sir.
you can simply pass, let's give a random name. So user name underscore helper. So I have passed a random name to this load string, and this name, I haven't defined the code for this name anywhere in this entire file. I have to
Yes, sir.
now define code for this load string. So what I am doing,
Yes, sir.
and I'm going to put the code over here right on the top. So username underscore help,
Yes, sir.
then equal to, and after use triple double inverted commas. So if you,
Yes, sir.
I hope you know about triple double inverted commas.
Yes, sir.
It is for multi-line comments, right?
Yes, sir.
So here, because we are coding for MD text field, so we can simply copy this MD text field and put it over here like this, and then we can put a colon, right? And we have to give an indentation, so that is why I have tapped the tab button. And the next thing that
Yes, sir.
we do is we need to define the text which we want to see getting reflected inside the text field. So it is enter username. I would like to see what is the next thing, dear. Let me just check. So text will become hint text. Remember this thing. Text will become hint
Yes.
text, and pose hint remains pose hint all only for builder. So I'm copying this whole thing and I'm going to put it over here. Okay, and in place of equal to, we use colon. That
Colon. Yes, sir.
is one of the things you have to keep in mind while working with builder.